What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And in this particular video, which I'm redoing because I didn't like my first video, was kind of draggish to the response of this Karrueche exclusive interview. That's Karrueche, y'all. Alright, because you know how we've been having problems with this young lady's name. Okay, and you know, I'm glad that they repeated enough because I didn't feel like mispronouncing people, another person's name, nothing like that. Okay, Karrueche, you know, we've been calling everything from Pikachu to, gotta catch him. I mean, it's still part of catch him off, but I'm just saying, okay? But anyways, by the way, shout out to my YouTube fam. And be like, well, see, subscribe to the below and like this, share this video. But let's get into it, y'all. It's really not that much to say because even though she was talking and speaking, we still did not learn anything. It was just as if she was silent. You know what I mean? Like, if you sit here and you talk and you babble on, but you don't get, but you get to the point, or you shield, or you're withholding information, it is just as bad as not see, just as being like this. Okay, so I'm just going to take out a few points that kind of stood out, which the interview to me was kind of mild because Iyanla could have went in. Hope I'm saying, why am I to call Iyanla? Why did I call Iyanla? I mean, Iyanla could have really went in like she usually is. Dear beloved, blah, 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 this and this, hand movements, Cabbage Patch Dolls, or whatever may be needed as far as model and hold and stuff like that. The only thing we had was a Sam's Club supply of Kleenex, but I mean, that's about it. And an invitation where she sits on, which Iyanla gives her an invitation to sit here so she can warm herself and cover her bosom. And I don't know why the hell I thought about for a second you was smart. You was, I'm just saying, when she did that moment, I thought she was about to rock her. So not to say there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying it is, you know, but she was trying to hopefully, you know, Karrueche's work. Now, honestly, this interview came a little too soon, and maybe over time it would have been probably, or unless they do a follow-up, if that's, if it's okay with her manager, because we've seen what hell happened. Karrueche's, based on what she tells Iyanla, is that the reason why she had wanted to do this interview, which, remember, it's not Fix My Life, it is an interview exclusive, okay? Because she now wants to get into the acting role and stuff like that. She went recently to do a, you know, an audition, and they recognized her from TMZ. And I already let her know, like, well, how did they know that? You know, it's something with Chris Brown. So the thing is, she let her know this, like, you are famous by association. Meaning the real reality is that is code word for, like, we wouldn't know who the fuck you were. You just be the average Joe based on this fame that you have is because of Chris Brown. You know, you just be a regular person. As she always, as Karrueche kept saying about her being human and everything else, just, you know, we're just ordinary people. Okay, so here's a couple highlights. Now, I noticed they didn't go into certain areas about, you know, basic tweets and Instagram or his side, or they've been arguing back and, I mean, not, I don't know if she said anything. She just enough where she vented, but it didn't go like into like how much she did tolerate. She tolerated enough what it went into, but about you know, about putting on blast, like she been tolerating everything from allowing other females to, that's just what they said. And you know, he was, you know, that whole ain't law, whatever else was said. You know, I just thought about the song for a second, but you know, it could have been more discreet, but you know, it could have been the possibility that she wanted her voice to be heard, but she didn't want the backlash, because I'm kind of wondering, you know, is he going to say anything about the interview or just keep on going, right? Now, one of the things is that Iyanla came here and talked to Karrueche about the fact is, you know, my thing is, it's not, you know, the circumstances is that, you know, the position that you are, you have dated a celebrity, you're in the line, you know, you do have, you know, you're here, people see you on TV, and you can not only help young ladies that are also in a similar situation that tolerate a lot of bullshit, or bullshit period, in the relationship, but on top of that, it can help heal you. So help yourself in order to help others. Love yourself first in order another person to love you. Because later on in the interview, towards the end, like I said, she even said she knows that Chris Brown loves her, and and I have to say, what? What do you mean by? But she's like, she feels that he does, and um, well, it could be this. Now, there's a question: can you love somebody, but not give them no respect? You know what I mean? Or the fact is, we already know his level is that if he wants to be non-committed, I'm just saying is that what she's basically tells us what she wanted is what he didn't want to a certain extent, even though he's human and blah blah blah. Even though, like I said, the other stuff we're not going to talk about because it wasn't disclosed in this program. We already know how he said she okayed some shit, whatever. Other females, threesome, so I'm just saying is that, like but like I said, it's kind of like she was shielded. I don't know, Christina Milian was there for a second talking about, how their friendship, she's protective, something like that. And then she went away, I think maybe one might have seen more than her if the interview would have got more in depth, or they would have stopped it completely. Because, like I said, it could have been more in depth in saying, like, this and this, you damn fool, blah, blah, blah. We have this information here. He just put you on blast. You with this person. You weren't there. You weren't low. He just called you. I think this came out before, the thought comment on the Instagram photo she took, whatever. Don't become a thought, blah, blah. How you feel about this, blah, blah, whatever, right? So, on top of that, we got the issues where she admits later on that her mom, I think there was a question that was asked about her mom, didn't really talk to her about relationship guys, blah, blah, blah. Now, let's get into the thing how they met. Now, Karrueche used to be personal assistant for a business owner, and she styled on the side. He met, got her number through a dancer. They went to Norm's, whatever, because she said she seen a good side about Chris that nobody said. When she see Chris, really truthfully, she kind of looks at him as a normal person, whatever, that makes mistakes and he's human. And it's kind of like she kept saying it over and over again, that he makes mistakes, which Iyanla kept saying over again, like, yeah, but you're kind of acting like you're being responsible. Almost a lot of young ladies do this, but don't take responsibility for somebody else's action. Love you, blah, blah, blah. This man has hurt you, blah, 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 okay? And then we go, to the thing about before about this, alleged baby's mother that he has. She decides, she decides. Well, no, the producer decides. I meant to say, I was narrating a little bit about when she found out he went back to Rihanna for a second. And how she found out, I guess Chris Brown said he's supposed to go out and, get a new pair of sneakers or whatever. And she finds out that then you got pictures with them and Rihanna and Chris Brown, which I don't know why that reminded me a little bit. If y'all remember Meet a Man and Chris Brown, he's had blonde hair before, but that particular shade just reminded me of Meet a Man. Y'all go look that movie, whatever, right? But she also said that she found out about him and Rihanna. He had told her about Rihanna, but she thought it was like on a friendship level, like it's like the recognized friendship moving on, but not that it was where it was they were, together, okay? And and it was like, and Yana was like, did he tell her about you? And she's like, I don't know, and stuff like that. But I think she kind of figured it out, whatever. I think that's, I wasn't that one of the reasons why, I don't know, okay? But do like her single though. Okay, that's off the subject. But like I said, she really just kept defending him as far as like he's human. He's been been through this, been a lot, whatever. She said she might date another celebrity. But I'm thinking like if Chris Brown, if given enough time, whatever, and we'll see how long this is, she may go back to him. Okay. And then, the thing is, she's kind of making it seem like when she even first spoke to Chris Brown, as if she wasn't excited, as if she wasn't, like, okay, yeah, got ready to do it. And did she say she went out 2:30, also drinking, about or whatever, that she went with him that time of rest? I mean, that's their business, but she was just making it seem like, yeah, he all, like, I wasn't, like, all happy and stuff like that, or, oh my God, it's Chris Brown, blah, 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 even though it's the first celebrity that I dated, whatever, or was with in a relationship with. Now, as far as this baby concerned, she found out the baby, like, he was texting her, I guess when he knew it was going to be it got leaked into social media, or, whatever, right? She ends up getting a text where he kept trying to text and say, I need to talk to you. It's very important, blah, 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 right? In other words, let me tell you before the whole world tells you, okay? All right. And so she gets it. That's how she gets through social media. It's because he ends up, it ends up being, disclosed about that information. And that's how she found out was from there. And I guess she was like, that's what we see in the blogs and whatever, you through other YouTube videos or whatever, and find about this information. Even down to TMZ, I think, reported too, didn't it? Didn't they report? Okay. But, so after that occurred, but what I'm saying is, after that situation occurred, that was her last straw, all right? But I think it was also brought up about her friend, like having a good friend, when she first messed with Chris Brown. Started talking to Chris Brown. Did you have a good friend that tried to tell you about basically with this dude? She tried to say, well, I'm just protective, and I keep to myself and all this stuff. And that's the same thing Millie said, said whatever, and they finished that, okay? But right in between, real quick, I wanted to, because like I said, it really wasn't that much that we kind of didn't already know, and there's a lot of stuff actually that was left off, and this interview might have been too soon, considering that she's still in that stage, and even if she is, whether or not she goes back to him or moves on, it's just been barely after a breakup, and like I said, she has been, even though it's been on and off, it's still been on and off for 4 years that she has been involved with Chris, okay? So, I've been, that's been her man, whatever, and they've been through the ups and downs publicly, whatever, okay? So, but when Iyanla was even to say, because like I said, it ain't like she brought the camera shot, it could have been words, it could have been more details and depth. Her manager is the one that sits here and shit, that comes here and talks about, oh, this interview needs to be stopped or whatever, and they were about to stop it altogether, about the questioning. And I'm thinking, actually considered how she could have went, the questioning was actually fair, okay? Ain't she the one who called Iyanla, wanted to say something too on top of that? And she wasn't saying anything rude. It's like, yeah, she was on some love yourself and the real reality, except what this person did to you was wrong and stuff like that. And but other than that, he all trying to stop it. But Karrueche was the one that Iyanla continue the interview, okay? So, and she didn't get thrown out. But I don't know. Karrueche said it later on or whatever. I mean, I know that's what was reported in some of the reports and blogs, like as if she was the one who kicked out with. But it was like there was nothing being said and stuff like that or whatever that really was nothing that could possibly be backlash, at least to me. You know what I mean? But yeah, so she, like I said, the key word, she might not take them back right now. No, she's sticking to her guns at the moment. But some people, are placing bets probably. Like, I bet you $1 that she's going to be back with him next week or whatever, okay? Or maybe a couple more, maybe past Easter or some shit. I don't know. But, yeah, but really it wasn't that much where I wasn't expecting her to go out and bash it. But like I said, it was several times and it was like you had to love yourself first type of thing and realize this man, do you find him responsible for his actions? And she was like, yeah, I do responsible. I'm not gonna blame the girl, blah blah blah. It's his actions, and that he did that to her and all this other stuff and everything, like I said, wasn't she also saying, I probably repeat, okay, yeah, she was really probably away from the kids and marriage thing, blah, 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 and she's not a bad person. She was like, she let it be known that she's got, on one hand, she can count all the men that she was with, and I even asked her, I think, like, do you think you let her hit it too early? And she kind of had to think about it for a second, but she was like, she didn't do the 90-day rule, but she did make him wait some months or whatever, but she don't regret, whatever time she slept with him. Yeah, like I said, it really wasn't that much, that was said, because really she didn't go into detail about circumstances, and that's her choice, and and yeah, that's all the hell I could think about, because really, what did we learn? Yeah, I do believe that it was a platform for young other young ladies or just people in general is like in terms of like, you know, if you don't want to be this circumstances or learn, it's one of those learning experiences. We're not gonna say that, you know, but at the same time, if some people was expecting it really a lot of like to be shown about Karrueche, it's like one of those things like they could have had a part one and part two because maybe that was her choice. Maybe she wanted like it. Well, I want y'all to get to know me. That'd probably be a separate interview. You know what I mean? Like, and then would have talked about this because as far as we know, she's still very protective and you know kind of shielded, so to speak. You know, not to say she probably didn't like this celebrity limelight stuff like that, but of course, you know nobody. You know, in most cases, no 9 times out of 10, does not like the goddamn backlash about being called you a dumb bitch and blah 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 for taking that you a thought whatever okay and all this other stuff or whatever for what all the stuff that she has taken from that you know circumstance whatever you know but yeah that's all I got. Sorry I couldn't say more, but it wasn't really that much to cover. But anyway, y'all, I'll see you on the next video. Y'all, your pleasant week, pleasant white, pleasant weekend, and I'll definitely see you on the next one. But yeah, y'all, and that's all I got. Y'all take care.